My name is Mike Hernandez. I'm a resident and a local realtor. So I do have a vested interest in the community. I do serve the community through sales and purchases of homes. We won't get into that. There's a lot to be said. But anyway, I want to thank everyone in attendance tonight for coming out, because it means a lot to me to see people involved in the community and actually wanting to affect change, whether it's you want to affect change to Incorporation or against Incorporation. At least you're here and you're making your voice heard. So I want to say that I'm very happy to be up here speaking, but I'm kind of sad at the same time. I reached out to the city manager at Buckeye, someone that had no stake at all in our incorporation or not incorporation, to come and speak to us tonight about the benefits of incorporation and the positive aspects. And unfortunately, they were not able to attend. So you're stuck with me. In the last town hall meeting, we heard a lot of rhetoric about taxes. And we heard a lot of people speak about taxes and how it would negatively affect us as citizens, as property owners, etc. So I wanted to lay out some facts and not rhetoric. Talk about just sheer numbers. As a town or a city, you receive several different things in taxes from other portions other than property tax. Sorry. There is a state shared sales tax. There is a state shared income tax. There's a state shared vehicle licensing tax. There's also a HERF fund, the Highway User Revenue Fund. Since we do not currently have any proposed boundaries, we cannot estimate what our portion of those would be. But I will break it down for you based on the numbers provided by the city of Queen Creek, or the town of Queen Creek's current operating budget for this fiscal year. There may be a minor difference in the numbers that I'm presenting to you between us and Queen Creek, since Queen Creek is part of Maricopa County and not part of Pinal County. So mind you, I am not an expert in this matter, but these are real solid numbers. You can go online to the town of Queen Creek and see them. So for the fiscal year of 2016, Queen Creek had an operating budget of $155 million. That particular budget also included a $40 million surplus from the year before. So their operating budget was really only about $110 million. They just had a surplus. Of that, only $5 million came from property tax. So that means that less than 3% of their entire budget comes from property tax. So when they talk about how much your property tax is going to go up, that's not true. $11 million of the Queen Creek budget came from shared revenue. Now, when we talk about shared revenue, their population was 34,000. That's what they received shared revenue from. The estimated population of Santan Valley is roughly 100,000. So based on simple math, our shared revenue estimate would be around $33 million. Now that's money that we just don't get. It goes to other cities around us, to the city of Florence, to the city of Apache Junction, to the town of Queen Creek. They're receiving that shared revenue or not. $32 million of the Queen Creek budget came from federal grants that are available to cities and towns through federal government to improve roads, infrastructure, businesses, to attract larger corporations, jobs. We're not eligible to receive any of those grants. $21 million of their budget comes from sales tax. Taxes that you and me and everybody in this room pay when we go to businesses like Red Robin, Sprouts, and other businesses that we cannot attract to our area because we are not an incorporated part of the county. So other than that, let's talk about what we're missing out on. If we were a city, what would you get? What's in it for me? Well, first of all, you get a voice. You get to be heard. You get a town council. You get a mayor. It is a layer of government. That's absolutely a true statement. However, a local government is the most important layer of government because it helps the people that are directly involved, unlike the federal government who doesn't live here. You get better streets, you get better parks, you get all kinds of things. I mean, if anyone in this room thinks that their US senator cares about your 45-minute wait on Hunt Highway, you are sadly mistaken. They do not care. Now, someone else in a local government, in a local capacity, would be able to affect change and help you with your needs. Now, let's talk about emergency services. I want to thank Matt and the gentleman from the Superstition Fire District. That was a fantastic presentation. Long story short, for a very minimal amount, if we have 100,000 residents and you look at $50 per resident, that's $5 million. That's our fire district for 50 bucks. Now, I mean, that's not going to fund the complete district. Based on the numbers we were looking at, it was the $45 million that was going to take to run the entire district, including emergency medical service and other things. So it's a huge benefit. One of the other things is parks, recreation, neighborhood programs, after-hours programs, senior citizen programs, programs for disabled people. Right now, I had a friend who had an elderly disabled uncle and a disabled grandmother. And there were very limited programs available in Pinal County, to the point where she asked me about purchasing a house in Queen Creek just to be able to take advantage of the program. Big thing to my wife, God bless her, is a library. We don't have a freaking library. You have to go and pay the town of Queen Creek to use their library, or you could drive to the Pinal County Library in Casa Grande. I mean, how effective is that? So, the other big thing is we talked about economic development. We have no zoning committee right now. We have no planning. We have, and God bless them at Pinal County. They try their best to do whatever, but we have one person for our district. And that's crazy. One person is the voice for all of Santan Valley? I mean, technically, let's say two, but if you're voting in the primary, most of us only get to vote for one. So, I want to talk a little bit too about the choice not to make a choice. At this point, making a choice is the only thing we can do. We have to make a choice. If you think that things are just going to go on like they are right now, you're sadly mistaken. That ship has sailed already. If you look right now, and nothing that I'm telling you is fiction or made up or just something I pulled out of the air, you can go and find this information available to you on the internet. The city of Florence plans on annexing all of the area all the way up to Encantera, all the way north. And the town of Queen Creek is planning to put in infrastructure east of Ironwood by Germain. They're planning on zoning that for commercial use. So everyone that has a ranch property or whatever that's against incorporation, it's coming. It's coming to you. It's just a matter of whether you want to decide for yourself or if you want somebody else to decide for you. So in the end, you want to pay taxes on your own and have your own voice, or you want to be part of Florence? Thank you.